It's recording now, so we're good to start.
Okay. Somebody want to read the instructions?
Sure. I'll just start with step 1. Greet each other's team members and make sure everyone is ready to proceed. Read the following activity introduction and allow time for each individual to complete step 1 on the success analysis worksheet.
Okay. So for healthy personal and team development to occur, it is essential for team members to be able to deal effectively with their own positive strengths and successes as well as those of others. Perceived weaknesses and failures are often allowed to be so influential that they can dominate a person's self-image. Inputs from one's social environment frequently reinforce the negative. To counter this and to develop a team's positive environment, this exercise is designed to provide opportunity for each team member to describe his or her successes in life, big or small, and to receive positive feedback on how others in their team view these successes. In this first step, each team member is to fill out the entire success analysis worksheet. The purpose of this worksheet is to assist each team member in organizing a 5-minute oral presentation to be given to their teammates that describes the successes he or she is personally has experienced or anticipates experiencing, and the reasons why each was viewed as a success. Allow about 12 to 15 minutes for worksheet completion. So has everyone printed off or have that worksheet pulled up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Has anyone already started filling it out yet?
I filled mine out, well, this morning.
Yeah, same here. Always getting ready for the video. Does anybody need some time right now to go ahead and fill theirs out?
I just need a few minutes.
Sounds good. Let us know when I'm ready to go whenever anyone else is. So I guess just let us know when you're ready. Hannah, how about you, Garrick? Are you ready to go?
Just go to school.
Cool. And Brittany, are you?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Cool. While Hannah's finishing up,
Oh, I finished.
Does any-
Sorry.
oh,
Did you guys not hear me?
Oh,
no.
I didn't hear you either.
Oh. Sorry.
Okay, well, does anybody have a birthday in, I guess, okay, well, step 2. Once every team member is finished filling out their worksheet, then each member gives his or her 5-minute presentation to their teammates, beginning with the person whose birthday is nearest to today's date. As each member talks, the other team members are to quietly and intently listen for the speaker's strengths, gifts, skills, and abilities. When listeners identify a speaker's strengths, gifts, skills, and abilities, for example, caring, honest, responsible, hardworking, they are to jot these down in order to be recalled, shared with the speaker once his or her presentation is finished. It's essential that participants listen for a speaker's strengths, gifts, skills, and abilities instead of thinking about what they are going to say when it is their turn to present. So after the presentation is completed, each team member, one by one, takes turns sharing with the presenter the various strengths, gifts, skills, and abilities that he or she has noted. Once every team member has shared with the presenter, then another teammate makes his or her presentation. So this continues until everyone has presented and given their responses and feedback. So, does anybody have a birthday in February?
Nope.
Nope. Any March birthdays?
Nope.
Nope. My birthday is April 8th. Is anybody else in April?
No.
No? All right. Awesome. I guess I get to go first. All right. So I guess we just go through our list of successes and then the reasons why we were successful.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, my first success, well, first of all, my birthday is April 8th and I'll be turning 31. So my first success that I put on the list was moving out on my own. I grew up in a small town in Arizona, and getting out of that small town, I felt was a pretty big accomplishment. People that I grew up with didn't typically go to college. They just got simple jobs, and just got married and had babies, and that was what you did. So I did not want to do that, and so I moved down to Phoenix and got a 400 square foot studio apartment that was horribly infested with cockroaches, and it was disgusting, but I managed to get the place cleaned up and rid of the cockroaches with some determination and quite a bit of support from my parents. So that was my number one thing. My second success was graduating from nursing school. That I attribute primarily to support from my now husband. I was able to cut back on working just one day a week. Otherwise, I think I would have lost my mind. I believe, when you're in nursing school, if you don't start smoking or taking an antidepressant, you're not doing nursing school right. So without support from him, I don't think it would have happened. I also became best friends with a girl named Becky, and we navigated nursing school together. So we made it a point to get together and study for exams, quiz each other. We didn't necessarily always have clinicals together, but we would work on our care plans together. And so the reasons why I think I was successful there is primarily support from people around me. My third success I put was getting a promotion in my current job to a clinical nurse manager. So I work home health and pediatric home health. And for 3 years, I worked one-on-one with the same client. And then about a year and a half ago, I got a promotion to clinical nurse manager, which means I now manage several clients and their nurses. So I think what contributed to that was I was just very dedicated to my job. I enjoyed my job. I loved spending time with her, but I started feeling like I was micromanaging her care. I was getting bored. So I was always trying to find things that I could do. And my manager picked up on that and said, if you're starting to get bored and you need growth, here's a perfect opportunity for you. So again, support from my manager, support from someone in my life was another guiding factor there. I think my most successful experience is my relationship with my husband. He's patient, very patient. We communicate well. It's something that we really focus on with each other, is making sure that we communicate and not just sit there and be pissed off with each other if something's irritating us. We get it out in the open and we talk about it. So we really are each other's best friends, and I think that that's something that contributes to that. One success during the past few weeks was kind of hard to identify, but at work recently, we lost one CNM in my office, and then another one had a baby about 3 weeks ago. So my workload went from 7 clients up to 12 within a period of about 2 weeks. And I realized that I'm able to actually stay organized and stay on top of the additional obligations just through dedication, time sacrifice. The other night I didn't get home until, I want to say 10:30 or 11. And again, Scott's patience, his patience with me, bless his heart. That was Valentine's Day when I didn't get home until like 10:30. So, that's awesome. Having a supportive and understanding partner can really help. So one anticipated success in my next, in the next few weeks, I thought it said a few years. I'm not really sure. Going to Puerto Rico and sitting on the beach and actually relaxing for a couple days is going to be a big success. So yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay.
Do you want to go through everyone's feedback after everyone presents, or do you want to do it?
I don't know. What does everyone think would be best?
Yeah, that
That's
works.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. I think we can just go through and then at the end go through everybody's.
Okay. All right. Does anybody have a birthday in May?
I'm
No?
June.
You're June, Amanda?
Yep, June 16th.
I'm June as well.
Who said that, Hannah?
Yeah,
All right. When's your birthday, Hannah?
June 18th.
All
Oh,
right.
thank you. All right. Well, a lot of my successes I feel have been at my job, and I've worked really hard to where I've become today. And I went to X-ray school and worked up at a children's hospital for a couple of years and then moved back down to Iowa. And so my second X-ray job, I cross-trained in CT with no school. And I learned it in just a couple months because I was expected to, because the tech was sick a lot. And I basically trained myself in CT with a radiologist. So that was one of my first successes. And it was just a lot of communication, admitting that I don't know what I'm doing. And he just walked me through it. And people are a lot more patient with you and understanding if you admit that you don't know what you're doing and you need their help, I feel like. My third job, I was hired as a CT and MRI tech, hadn't even seen an MRI scanner since X-ray school. And so I was cross-trained in MRI with no schooling. And I learned that in about 6 months. And I just followed the techs around and scanned and just did it. And I learned that. And my third success, I would think, as far as job is, I'm more involved at work. I'm asked to do committees. I'm on IV teams and things like that. Where before I wasn't. I had kind of a bad attitude. For a couple years, I went through a pretty rough divorce. Didn't really care about a lot of things. So I became more focused at work. People recognize that, and I am on a lot more committees, and I'm pretty proud of that at work, actually. My most successful experience was I got certified in CT and MRI in 1 year, both certifications. So that was a lot of work. And I went to Vegas for seminars and classes to train, to how to take the boards. Because if anybody's ever taken a board, you know that it's they're not easy. And especially if you haven't gone to school for it and you completely learned all on your own, it's pretty rough stuff. So that was a huge accomplishment for me. My success this last few weeks is going back to work on Monday with an infant and 2 children and a husband in Kansas for training. So that's been a huge success. I planned out my nights planned out my mornings at night. I woke up early just to make sure everything was done. And thank God Dan got back yesterday. So things went pretty smooth this morning with him around. We did get a new CT scanner while I was gone from work, and we started apps this week. So we will be learning cardiac CTs and stuff like that. So that is hopefully going to be my success in the next couple weeks, is getting trained on the new CT scanner and learning some pretty cool new stuff that I've never even seen before. So that is what I've learned.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, so mine is really basic. I mean, I'm only 20 years old, so I haven't really done a lot, but so my first success is just graduating high school. I mean, it's basic, but still something. I guess my success for that is just my parents. They're awesome, and they encourage me to be involved in things like that. My second success would be I got accepted into an abroad internship program. It was an internship program that goes to Germany, Italy, any place over there, Spain, and you work in child care services on a military base. And that, I think it had a lot to do with my work, where I've been working the past 5 years, in the schooling that I've had so far. And then my third success would be I got promoted to lead at my job. I'm an infant teacher at a daycare, so that's what I do. And that, I think, is just like the love I have for infants. And then my most successful experience, probably just going to college. I have a lot of support from my parents, but I've gone to 3 colleges now, so I think just staying in college, even though it's really hard to stay in college, and especially taking a lot of science and math classes.
Amen.
The success in the past few weeks was I got an A on my physiology test. That was nice. And an anticipated success would be to do well on my microbiology test, because micro sucks. So hopefully that goes well.
Awesome. Good stuff. Well, Brittany, Garrick, who do you think, which one of you two has a birthday then next?
I'm in September.
January.
All right, Garrick, you're up.
Right on. I kind of feel the same. My list is kind of basic. I mean, I'm as well. So, but anyways, my first one I put just getting accepted to Mercy. That was a big deal for me. I was overseas when that happened and all that stuff. I was still in the Army, so honestly pretty pumped about that. Let's see. Next, I just had, being in the Army and completing my contract. It's probably my biggest thing so far. One of the biggest things so far. My third success, my wife and I haven't had any children, so pretty pumped about that as well. I guess it'd be different if we were trying, but we don't want any yet, so that's a success in my eyes. For my most successful experience, I put getting married while I was in the military. I think that was already under a lot of stress, but my wife's awesome, so we got married and it happened and we're still together. So one success in the past few weeks, we moved into our own apartment. Probably been a little more than 3 weeks, but still counting. We kind of just lived at our parents' house after I got out of the military for a little bit. And so it was nice to get out there, have our own place, have our own privacy and all that stuff. One anticipated success, that would be applying for and getting a job closer to our new home now. I'm driving back to an hour to Sheraton to work now, so it's not very, effective, I guess. That's all I've got.
For my first success, I said that it was graduating from an international program in high school, just because I prepared for it throughout middle school and high school, and then I worked pretty hard to complete it. And then my second success was becoming an assistant manager at my work about a year ago, just because it was kind of stepping outside of my comfort zone. And once again, I worked kind of hard to achieve that. And then my success number 3 was that I took a gap year in between high school and college, just because that was again out of my comfort zone and something I really wanted to do. But I think I benefited from it and grew up a little bit more. My most successful experience is probably just becoming the assistant manager, because I learned a lot from that job. The past few weeks, I think it would just be balancing work and school and life. I've been doing better than normal at it lately, and so I'm pretty happy about it. And then my future success would probably be getting my own place. Not quite in like the next 3 weeks, but hopefully in a few months. Yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Okay.
Should we just go in the same order as we started?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me just to go through and say strengths and whatnot that I noticed for each person?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Sounds good. Well, Amanda, it seems like you are a very quick learner. Holy moly. And that you're extremely determined. That you are very involved, and getting your board certification without actually having done a formal education for it shows a lot of determination. So that's pretty awesome. Hannah, you have a very pleasant attitude. Don't sell yourself short, though. So it seems like you're a very patient person. You'd have to be in order to work with infants and small children. It seems like you're very smart and just a very genuine and caring person. So, Garrig, it seems like you've got a pretty awesome sense of humor, and something that was very apparent is, again, your dedication, your patience, and your work ethic. Seems like that's something that's really important and a definite strength for you. Yeah, because not a lot of people have a very good work ethic, and that's really apparent. So, Brittany, it seems like you also are a really positive person, and that you are determined and want to better yourself. And I was getting quite a bit of feedback, truth be told, like tech feedback during your presentation, so some things were kind of hard to hear. But it just seems like you do have a really good attitude, and you're smart as well, and yeah, very dedicated. That's what I wrote down for almost everyone. Is it seems like we all have a lot of determination. So
That's exactly what I was thinking when we were finished.
Yeah.
So yeah. All righty, Amanda.
Okay, I put for you, my dear, that you seem very focused and determined and hardworking, and you have to be extremely organized to do what you have to do as a manager, especially home health. I think that would be a lot of work just to make sure, it's different when you're in a hospital and you can run things off from other people, but when you're by yourself in the home and you're it and you have to organize stuff, I know how it could be. And you seem extremely dedicated to your patients, which I think that's fantastic, because most of the time when these people have to have home health, it's not in the best circumstances. And, you know, you need people like you to make their lives easier and know that you care for their babies just as much as, you know, they do. So, Hannah, I think that you sound involved in high school, and that helped you get, you know, to where you needed to be and graduate. And I put, you seemed hardworking and focused, and you seem very caring. You have to be caring to work with babies, and that's awesome. So, Garrick, I put that just from your experiences that you're loving with your wife, and that you seem patient and understanding. As a military wife, I know that it is extremely hard dealing with being away and you know, not always being there. And you seem driven. You have to be driven when you're in the military these days, and tough, because sometimes it's not easy. So that's the stuff that I got from you. And Brittany, I also put that you were hardworking and you were driven, and you seem very focused as far as getting to where you need to be and getting your own place. And I think we're all very driven. I think I put driven for all of us. So, all right, that's it.
Yeah, hard to follow you two.
Yeah.
I feel like you said everything. Okay, so Becca, that you're dedicated to your patients. I mean, we work at 2 different age levels, and I know that they both kind of coincide just because they both need a lot of attention and care, even though you think that it doesn't really matter to them. It really does. Amanda, just that you have done all that. I've looked into X-ray, and it is very difficult and a lot to learn and a lot of technology to incorporate into it. So that is just really cool that you picked up on that so fast. Hearing, well, being in the Army, that already shows that you have dedication and a good work ethic just to be away. And now you're married, so that's awesome. And Brittany, being promoted, that is really cool and just shows that you put a lot of work into a daily job and made it more than that.
Okay. And you go by Becca? You go by Becca?
Yeah, Becca, Rebecca. Same
Okay.
Rebecca.
Easy enough. So yeah, a lot of my overlap. Dedication, of course. Hardworking, organized. Let's see, I didn't have much new for you. I'm sorry. And let's see, Amanda. You're driven. I feel like I'm just repeating everything that's been said already. Let's see here. I honestly don't have much here. All right. Let's see here. For Hannah, I put, yeah, I felt like I was listening about you. Like I said earlier, we're both young, and I feel like you were accomplished for our age and all that stuff. Let's see. Brittany and I had kind of the same kind of stuff. Hardworking, driven, motivated, you name it. I didn't have anything too exciting here. Sorry.
All right. Starting with Becca, I just had that you seem very independent and ambitious and responsible and caring. And then Amanda, I said that you are also dedicated and hardworking, and you seem really excited about your life and your job and everything. And you're really intelligent. Hannah, I said you seem very confident and caring, ambitious, and involved in everything in your work in this school. And then Garrick, I said that you seem like you're really driven and focused, and that you seem to strive for more. You're also ambitious, confident, and a hard worker. Pretty much said everyone is ambitious.
Mhm.
Ambitious, determined, yep, and caring. I like it. All right, so step 3 says, as a team, spend some time discussing your reactions and experience. What thoughts and feelings were stimulated by the experience? And how did each of you respond to the impact of giving and receiving positive feedback? In some ways, you were giving and receiving gifts from each other. What did it cost you to do so? Absolutely nothing. What don't we do? Why don't we do this more often within the team we are a part of? In what ways was your team's climate, trust, support, cohesion affected by this experience? Well, it's definitely a nice way to start your Friday, I'll tell you that. So, it's nice to hear the feedback because, yeah, no, it's very true. You think about it, it's like you go through your classes, you go to work, you don't get positive feedback. All you ever hear is the negative stuff, and it's really beat you down. So it's nice to start the day like this. I'll tell you guys that much. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just nice to like get to hear more about each other, so then we could kind of figure out things about one another and be able to give that positive feedback, because before we were just like 5 strangers talking.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a good input. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of,
And yeah, I think,
oh,
go ahead.
I was just
No,
going
go
to
ahead, Amanda. It's
say
okay.
that, why don't you do more of this often during, and like honestly, during the day when you're in your meetings, how often are the meetings like happy meetings? Like, hey, let's get together because we're doing a good job. Usually it's like something terrible happened and you suck at your job, so we have to talk to you about this. And, like that's not if there's a meeting, it's usually something bad. So, I think that's probably why it's, we always have a radiologist that comes in and he complains about something and then he's like, but you're doing a really good job. Like, don't think that you're not doing a good job. So like, he's always really good at like telling you did something wrong, but then like complimenting you afterwards. Like, don't feel bad that, that you did this. So, I guess that's kind of nice, but kind of like, oh, well, I suck, but you still think I'm good. So thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's incredibly true. At my job, we get together once a week to have care coordination meetings to ensure that all of the nurse managers are on the same page and that we know about what's going on with each other's clients. And again, it is usually just negative. This client's in the hospital. This client's, having these issues. This client's parents suck. I mean, it's all just a bunch of negative. And, truth be told, we use gallows humor a lot. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, turning things that really aren't funny into something funny is a good way to just release stress and everything. But we don't usually give the positive feedback to each other. And I think it's something that would be beneficial for sure.
The medical field is like that. You see so much bad stuff, though, you have to turn it into something like that. You can't dwell on it. You got to laugh at stuff, otherwise you'll go nuts.
For sure. Okay. So I guess next we'll just on our own write our reflection papers. Is there anything anyone else wants to address or discuss before we cut out here?
I don't think
So
so.
have a good weekend. Have a good trip.
You guys do this. Thank you. Okay, who's leaving this weekend? Because I still don't know who's who in our text message chain.
Oh, I don't either.
I'm leaving.
Is that Hannah?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
going
so you're 9045 or 54?
Yeah, 9054.
I need to put our names in.
I do too.
Gary, what's the last 4 of yours?
So 1272.
1272. Okay. Amanda?
2495.
2495. And Brittany, then what's yours?
9070.
And I am the 928 number.
All
All
right.
right.
I'm
Well,
off to
perfect,
work.
guys. All right. Thanks for getting together this morning, and I hope everyone has a great weekend.
You guys too. See you later.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.